Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Daggett and today we're going to be drawing a traditional style snake head. So go ahead and grab your art supplies and let's jump straight to the overhead. Okay guys, welcome back to the table. As I said, today we're going to be drawing a traditional style snake head design, like an old school snake head. So we're going to be using Fabriano hot press watercolor paper as usual. And we'll be starting out with a mechanical pencil as always. So to start this design, we are going to draw in a triangle or triangular shape, but with curved edges instead of straight edges. This will give us the shape for our mouth later on. Above this, you're going to put in an oval. It will intersect with the triangle that we've done. This will give us the top of our head shape. Above the edge of the triangle here and below this oval shape, we're going to draw in a smaller oval. This will give us placement for our eye. And at the front of this, we're going to do a little triangle shape to give us the tip of the mouth area where the nose will be. From here, I just want to sculpt in the shape for the body. That's really simple. We're going to follow this curve down. It's going to have a curve at the bottom, like this, and then simply join back up into the bottom edge of that triangle. From here, we'll just throw in a few curved lines to indicate where our belly is going to sit. Now to start drawing in a little bit more of the details, we're going to follow our triangle shape, smoothing out the first corner, dipping in a little bit, and then smoothing it out towards the top, curving it up towards the top. And the same thing at the bottom. And you're going to want to double up on this line as well. So add another line on the inside of that, doubling it up. From here, you're just going to put in a curved line across the mouth here. You can add in a few lines there, and that'll sort of indicate the stretchy flesh on the inside of the mouth, or the gummy sort of portion on the inside of the mouth. To draw in the top set of teeth, we're going to put in a little curved shape like this to be the gut, to act as the gums, and then just a couple of curved peaks. Drawing in some curved peaks for the bottom teeth now. Just like that. To draw in our tongue, we're going to come up to where this fleshy part joins the top roof of the mouth. We're going to do a line that comes down behind this tooth and flicks out. So it's just a curved line that comes down and curves back up. From behind the tongue there, we're just going to put in the back tooth. So it's another little peak coming off of that line. And from the bottom of the mouth, we're going to draw the other side of the tongue. Now to create the actual fork in the tongue, you're just going to trace along next to those lines and taper down towards the tip. From the back of the mouth, I'm also going to add in another line that just comes down, and this will just add a little bit of detail to the tongue and to the inside of the mouth when we shade it later on. Now you want to add a little curved line to the other side of the mouth to create the other sort of stretchy flesh part on the other side of the mouth, the other gums. From here we can add a little bit of scaling on the outside of the mouth. So starting up at around where this first tooth is, you do a little curve, and you can continue these curves all the way back and around the mouth to create our nose. We'll come up from where we finished that the first bump there, and join it to the front of the mouth, and draw in two small ovals for our nostrils. The nose is pretty much simple as that. There's not much else to it. To draw in our eye, you're going to create a little bit more of a lemon or almond shape out of our oval there, with a point on each end. You're going to draw in a circle and then another circle on the inside of that for the pupil. And that gives us the basic shape for our eye. Coming from underneath the eye here, you can do another line that follows the shape of the eye and just links up to where the nose is there. And to do the top part, which is the shape of the head a little bit, you're going to follow the shape of the eye around, joining straight into the nose. There's a little dip here, and then it goes back out. Following this shape down, it dips again slightly and comes down the back to create the neck. Now from behind the eye, I like to just do a curve that joins in with that top lip of the eye, and again joins up with the nose at the front there. And this is to indicate, I guess, a bit of scaling on the head while keeping it simple and still maintaining that traditional look. To do the belly, we're going to join each of those little curves that we did earlier by adding these curved lines at the back and at the front. In the middle of each of these belly portions, I'm just going to put in a little semicircle. And then along the back edge of the belly, I want to draw in this double line. You're just following the shape of those bumps and putting in a double line. And this is to divide the belly from the back of the snake a little bit more, to create a little bit more distinction between the two. And then in terms of the pattern on the snake, there's so many different patterns you can do. If you Google some reference pictures for traditional or old school snake head designs, there's so many different patterns you can do for the backs of the snakes. But one of my favorites, which is super simple, and it's certainly, again, not my usual style of drawing, is to just do a large crosshatch that comes across the body like this. And then we come back the other way, slightly curving our line. Now, just to add something a little bit extra to this design, because it is quite simple, I'm going to put in some traditional flowers. So we're going to come in behind the snake and do a circle. And just here at the front of the snake, we'll do another circle about the same size. And those will be placement for the flower. I'm going to run you through how to do one of those now. So drawing these flowers is exactly the same for both of them. They're pretty straightforward. I think I've gone over something really similar before. Basically, you're going to find your center and draw intersecting lines, first by halving and then into quarters, and then going across the diagonals to create basically a pizza cut, right? Like an 8, you've got 8 section, we're putting it into 8ths. In the center of this, you're just going to draw another circle. If you'd like to, you can double up on that circle, adding an extra ring, and that means adding an extra little layer of detail. For each of the petals, you're going to follow the straight line, which makes this really simple. And there's a few different patterns you can do for the outside of the flowers. I encourage you to look at some reference pictures and find some of those patterns. The one we're doing today is really simple. It's just a little wave like that, and it goes straight into the next straight line. So we'll come out again, and you do a little wave like that that comes into the next straight line, and you just keep going around the flower, adding in these little curves on the outside of the petals. From the center of the flower, I just want to draw a line towards the outside of each petal. And you can do a dot at the end of the line, or you can leave the lines out entirely. You could do multiple lines. You can just do dots on the outside of the flower. That's an aesthetic sort of, creative choice of yours to create what patterns you want to create. In terms of doing the leaves, we're going to keep these really simple and just do these long leaf shapes, okay? Just like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and line this one now. That's the outline sketch finish. We're going to be using my Artline drawing system fine liners. As always, you can use whatever fine liners you have available to you. I'll be using a 0.5 and a 0.8. You guys already know how I line my work. I'm not going to go through it over and over again because it will get quite tedious for you guys to watch. But do let me know if you need more advice and help in terms of how to line your designs, and I can make a future video on that. So that's it in terms of lining this one, guys. Essentially what I did was use a 0.8 for everything, a 0.5 for the scales and for the teeth, just to give me that real fine edge. And I colored solid black on the inside of the flowers, the pupil, and the little circles that we did on the belly. Aside from that, it's just my usual inking process. Really straightforward and really simple. You guys have seen it before. Okay guys, on to shading this one. So as usual, we're using the 700 black Ecoline brush pen and a watercolor brush. Okay, so we're going to start off by shading the mouth. To do this, we're going to come into the furthest corner of our fleshy gum part, adding a little bit of black and just blending that out, and doing the exact same thing in the back of the mouth, adding a bit of black and then just blending it out. What we can do from here is add a little bit of black to the bottom of the tongue here, and again just blend that out with your watercolor brush. And same goes for the back of the tongue. Coming in from the tip of the tongue. You don't have to do this, but if you want to, put a little bit of black and then just blend it back towards the mouth. Okay, from here we're going to add a little bit of black to the tip of our nose here in the corner. And then blend that forward. And the same thing from the other side, a little bit of black, and just blend it out. Coming in from behind the nose, gonna add a bit of black in underneath the eye there, and blend that out to white. And then coming in from just underneath where the eye is here, I'm gonna do a little bit of black and blend that forward. On the top of the head, you're going to do the same thing, but coming back. A little bit of black in the corner at the front of the head there. The next bit's going to be sort of a little bit more difficult, so I'm going to turn the page around to make it a little bit easier to work with. We're basically going to shade from the belly backwards towards the back of the snake. You come in and add your black in. And then using your watercolor brush, blend that out. And from here, the last thing we're going to do is link it up with the back here by doing a circle or a curve, sorry, and then blending that out the exact same way. Shading out leaves is going to be really simple, starting at the back of the leaf with a little bit of black, and then just blending that out the same way. And for the leaves that are in sort of the back of that, if you want to, you could do them solid black, which I sometimes like to do. Okay, so in terms of a black and grey design, this would be finished. This is a perfectly nice black and grey design. We've done the shading on the back of the body there. We've done a bit of shading in the face and in the mouth, and then our flower leaves are shaded as well. Of course, if you were doing this in black and grey, you'd want to put some shading in the petals as well, but we'll be doing this in colour today. so I've left them white as is. Okay, first thing we're doing here with our yellows and oranges is colouring in the back portion of the eye yellow, leaving a little bit of a white border around the iris, and from the edges of that just coming in with our orange a little bit as well. If you want to blend that orange in, you can just take the tip of your yellow and go over the point whether they intersect or where they overlap. And to finish off the eye, just taking your scarlet red, we're just going to do a ring around our pupil. For the scales that are all around the mouth, we're doing those ones solid yellow, but I just want to leave a white lip around the edge of them. In tattooing, these are usually called skin gaps. They just break the design up a little bit so it's not so saturated. Also allows a little bit of room for the ink to spread over time as the tattoo ages. Colouring this line along the edge of our belly, that will be yellow as well. We'll do this one solid yellow, just using our deep yellow colour. And the belly of our snake is going to be yellow with a bit of orange shading. So you're going to leave a white border like we did with the scales above. And colour in one of the belly panels. Adding in a little ring of orange around our black semicircle. And again using the tip of your yellow just to blend them together. We're pretty much going to do this for all the portions of the mouth. Now I must say guys, if you're new to my channel and you're enjoying what you see, please make sure you check out my other videos, leave a like on this video, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you are new to my channel and want to see more of my content. Okay, so in terms of colouring the head and body of the snake, we're going to be using a deep green. In terms of doing the top of the head, anywhere you've done black, you can come out with a solid green from there, or whatever colour you're doing, and just make sure you're blending it out towards the light. Along the back of the snake or anywhere that I see a highlight, I want to brush in a little bit of my lemon yellow colour, and this is just to give us a nice transition from the green to white and a little bit more colour. To colour the flowers in, it's really simple. I think I'm just going to use scarlet for these, and we're basically going to colour in each petal and leave a white border around each petal. Other than that, they'll just be coloured in solid red. So basically tracing the inside shape of your petal with red, leaving a white border, and doing that for all of your petals. That is it guys. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment in the comment section down below letting me know what it is you'd like to see next time, whether it's a drawing tutorial, another tips and tricks video, or any other questions you have and you want answered. Leave them in the comment section and I'll do my best to get around to them. Don't forget to head over to Facebook at Daggett Designs to see my online portfolio, any upcoming work I have, and an update every time a new video comes out. And last but not least guys, if you like my videos and you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on that notification bell either to make sure that you're updated every time a new video comes out. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Keep drawing. I'll see you next time. Bye.